So, Akansha, I think we will start now.
Okay, sir.
So, just before I start, let me introduce you to everyone who is listening this talk. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today we have Akansha with us. She would be talking on points to be considered while making a presentation. So, 2 years back, Akansha was an intern in our institute, and after completing her internship, she joined at Om Prakash Institute in Amritsar, and she's also simultaneously pursuing her master's in optometry. So, some of you would be knowing Akansha. So now, Akansha, the session is hand over to you. So I think you will start. And I will request
Okay,
all of
sir.
the participants, like you can whatever question you would be having, either put on the chat box. If it is something that we should take in between, we will take in between, or we will take at the end of the session. So Akansha, I think we will start.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the introduction. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss a very basic but important topic, that is point to be considered while making a presentation. So, since the day our career has started, we all need and we all have to present somewhere in the seminars, in the classrooms, and we have to present and prepare a presentation for ourselves. So there are few points I'm going to discuss today that you need to be considered and that you need to keep in mind while you are preparing or while you are delivering your presentation. So here are few key points I have enlisted below. One by one, we are going to discuss these points in further slides. So the very first point is know your audience, that what kind of audience you are going to have, what is the main objective, what is the purpose of your presentation, what are the basic outline structures, what are the contents of your presentation. After preparing how you are going to present, how you will bind up your presentation in a given span of time. As we know, we are going to present, there will be audience and they'll ask questions. Prepare yourself for the questions and for the reactions of the audience, how you will and how the audience and when you are going to field the questions. Practice for your presentation, and what communication techniques, what communication style you are going to use. How can you make your slide, your presentation more impactful, more effective, and how you, most importantly, how you are going to deliver a presentation. So we are going to discuss these points in further slide. So the very first point is know your audience. It is very important to know what kind of audience you are going to have. We know we are in audience, we are going to have seniors, jury, we are going to have more experienced person. What is, how well informed they are and what are their expectations, what they are expecting in the content from you, and what things they are expecting from you, how well informed they are and how well interested they are about your topic. These are few things you need to keep in your mind while you are preparing for your presentation. The second point is why you are presentation. What is your main objective of your presentation? Just like I have chosen this topic because I had faced many problems in internship period when I have to prepare for the class. So my main objective of this presentation is to tell you what points you need to consider. The main objective of this presentation is that. So, what is the main objective of your presentation that you are going to present? It could be related to your syllabus, it could be related to academics, or either you want to discuss, you want to have opinion on recent research or studies that is being going on, that is being done, or your presentation could be motivational or inspiring also. The next is what could be the outline structures, what could be the content, what could be the body of your presentation. So you have to keep in mind that you have to use the master techniques that are present in PowerPoints. Keep your presentation simple and limit the number of words in each slide. Don't make it so complicated that at the point you also not able to understand or not able to explain what you have kept in your content. Try to keep limited words in your presentation and then explain them to the audience. that will be more impressive. Use contrast colors for the background and text so that it is visible to everyone. Don't use odd animations. Sometimes it may distract you or the audience from the presentation. Always use good quality of image and limit the number of slides. Don't make so many slides that at the end you or your audience get distracted and they don't show that attention they have showed at the starting. Always keep the size of text and graphicals large enough that is readable, that is understandable for the audience from even last seat. Don't we all have a habit of using excessive short forms, and even if sometimes only we know that short forms, the audience are not aware of it. So try to keep full words and put your short forms in the bracket. Then at the time when you are communicating with your audience, you can use the short forms and they can understand what short forms you are using and they can read it from the slides. So the very important point is always remember the key points. Always there is your outline structures, your key points on the tips. Sometimes there might be technical issue, there might be electricity issue, or it could be anything. So that at that time, at least you can stay connected with your audience. It doesn't distract your audience. It doesn't distract their attention from your presentation or from you. If you have points on your tips, you can communicate them, you can talk to them, you can have their opinion on that topic. When you are presenting, try to make eye contact with the audience. It shows that you are confident, you know about your topic. Don't look at your presentation all the time. Just try to stay connected with the audience, look towards the audience, make your proper eye contact with the audience. The very next point is how you are going to start and how you are going to bind up your presentation, and the most important thing, in a given span of time. So give your brief introduction if you are starting your presentation, and if someone is introducing you, just like sir has introduced me, say a few words for thank you. Always leave a plenty of time for the audience so that they can interact with you, they can have a question answer session with you. When you are presenting a presentation, when you are communicating, always try to survey, try to look after whether they are getting the point, whether they are getting the message you are trying to explain, you are trying to deliver. Try to have their feedback whether they get the point or not, whether they have any questions. Always keep few takeaway message in the last slide so that audience can remember that what was the topic, what was the message you want to give from your presentation. And always end your presentation with a clear message. Whatever you want to deliver, whatever you want to tell, always end up with a clear message so that at least they can remember few points from your presentation. At least they can remember your topic, at least they can remember the main headings of your presentation that you have presented. As we know, we are going to present, we are having audience, and we are having questions, their reactions, their opinions. So always prepare for that. Preparing for your audience reaction and questions will make you answer more efficiently and more confidently, and it will look more impressive. Let your audience decide when they want to field the question, whether at the end of the presentation or during the presentation. And also make it clear that when you want to answer the questions, sometimes when you interact in between your presentation, it may distract you or your audience from the topic, from your objective, or even you are not able to complete your topic in the given span of time. Always, if you are answering to any audience, always keep your answer simple, concise, and relevant to the question. Don't go off the question. Always answer exact what he or she wanted to ask. And the most important thing, always try to support your answer with facts and figures, with a relevant and valid reference, so that it limits the risk. If someone cross question you, you can say, sir, there is a reference. You can refer to this text or this research or this book, and you will get the whole portion, the question you are asking. Don't make weird faces, don't laugh, always try to stay calm and listen carefully. If you will react weirdly, surprisingly, they will think you are getting panic, you don't know the answer, even if you know the answer. So always listen carefully to the question and then respond. In this way, you will look more impressive, and they always get more clearly what you wanted to deliver and whether you have delivered the right thing or not. It will leave a good impression on their mind whatever you have delivered. The, and the very next point is practice your presentation. Once you have prepared, once you have considered all the things, the most important thing is practice. As we know, practice makes us perfect. So before the final day, try to practice your presentation, how you will going to talk, what will be your gestures, what kind of language you are going to use. This will make you more confident and will increase your impact. Try to rehearse your presentation before the moderator if you have. And if you don't have a moderator, try to rehearse in front of camera, in front of mirror, because rehearsing of your presentation will give you the opportunity that you can see what are the areas you need to improve, what are the points you need to include, what things you have to say, what things you don't have to say, what kind of language, what kind of posture you need to use. Always keep a concise, clear, and good notes and structures of your presentation. So if sometimes if you are missing something, you can have a look from them. Rehearse in front of your moderator and ask them to field a good potential question so that you can know whether you are well prepared and well know about your topic or not. If you don't have any moderator or anyone in front of whom you can present, just rehearse your thoughts in camera and watch it again and again and see what are the areas you need to work and what kind of things you need to improve. The most important and next topic is communication style. Communication is just not only the words we say, but it's much more than that. The way you will communicate will deliver your message more effectively, and it will also leave a good impact and impression. The way you will initiate, the way you will start your presentation, all these you have to consider. Most of the time, pay the attention what kind of gestures, what kind of communication style, what techniques you are, the way of talking you are using will also enhance your presentation, your presence in the room. While communicating, don't get panic. Try to say your things, try to confidence, so it will leave a good impression and building confidence is a process. The more you will present, the more you will be able to present more effectively, efficiently, and more impactfully. So if you have not presented good or impactfully at the first time, don't get panic or don't feel bad. It's a process that will increase your impact and your presence in the room. While preparing your slides, a few things you need to keep in mind, that how you can make your slides more attentive, more effective, and more impactful. So we all prepare our presentation in PowerPoint. To before preparing or before starting up for your presentation, familiar yourself with the techniques, with the layouts, with new techniques and the master things that are present that can help you to customize it according to your need and according to your presentation, what you need, what kind of layout you need in your presentation. While preparing for that, try to have closure look on all the things, all the animation, transition, shape, size, effects, so that at the time of presenting it doesn't look odd, or it doesn't look like you don't know and you have put it by mistake. So keep everything clear and have a close look on all the things you are keeping in your presentation. Understand the basic rules. These are the few rules which you will not found in any book, or you will only came to know when you will present and when you will prepare. So for example, just if you are keeping the points in the presentation and you are using bullets, never use full stop after bullets. Keep the heading and content size same in all the slides. Don't use vibrant colors or odd colors that doesn't look nice to the audience. Always try to use the things that are quite professional and don't make it odd. While delivering a presentation, while the, if you have once you have prepared your presentation, there are few things you need to consider while delivering. What are the points you need to look after, and how you can make a good message and you can deliver a good message to the audience. If you are presenting, if you have prepared a nice presentation but you have not presented it nicely, it doesn't worthy, it is not worthy at all. If you have put your efforts in the while preparing, you have to put more efforts in the delivery of presentation or at the time of delivering also. If you have prepared a good presentation, try to communicate nicely so that you can stay connected with your audience. Try to make a short presentation before a final day. Keep all the guidelines, all the things that we have discussed in previous slides, and present in front of someone and ask for their feedbacks before the final day. Again, review your presentation again and again and see what are the changes which are required and what are the things you can change to enhance your presentation. If you are presenting it again and again in front of someone, ask their opinion. Don't get offended if they are telling you to change something. Always look more and more opinions on your things. And if you are not satisfied with your result, again and again present in front of someone, re-record your presentation, represent and again practice in front of mirror, and then look after what are the areas you need to improve, what are the things you have to keep, what are kind of language you don't have to use, what are the gesture you have to avoid. This will enhance your presentation and the techniques of your presentation also. Practice yourself in front of mirror. Once you are satisfied with your presentation, then always once you are satisfied with your presentation, then always use the same techniques, same procedure, and same gesture, same communication style, so that you can achieve good results on the day of presentation, your final day. So as I've discussed, don't forget to keep few takeaway messages in the last so that you can keep a good impression. So visualization of the subject matter can leave the greatest impact in learning as compared with listening. It means the things we see remember more quickly rather than listening. Try to try to keep by yourself. Only listening doesn't help you. You have to perform it by yourself. Practice yourself, prepare few slides, prepare few presentation, and practice in front of your friends, your moderators, in front of your uh, colleagues, so that it will help you to build your confidence. It will help you to make good presentation. Only listening to anyone or only listening to your seniors doesn't help you. You have to practice only, and you have to look after what are the things needed, what are the things you need to change. Then only you will be able to have a perfect and final presentation, and then only you will be able to deliver it perfectly. If you are making a good presentation, deliver it with confidence. then only it will leave a good impression and the audience will remember your presentation, what were the topics you have discussed in your presentation, what were the examples, were the facts and figures that you have kept, and at least not full presentation, but they'll be able to remember few good things from your presentation. And even if they are not able to remember the things from your presentation, they'll be remembering your confidence, the way you speak, the gesture you use, the techniques you have used in your presentation, and that will leave a good impression on the mind of the audience. Thank you. So before you all want to ask a question, I have a one simple question for the interns. I have missed a one thing in this presentation. So anyone can tell or anyone can answer what I have missed in this presentation. And that is very important thing. And I have discussed also in that previous slides. So if anyone can tell what I have missed.
Hello, madam. Hello, ma'am.
Anji.
Ma'am,
Hello.
are you telling about the body language of that person who is going to present in front of everyone?
No, sir, I'm not discussing the body language, but I'm discussing what are the points you need to consider while preparing or while presenting your presentation. Not only body language, but the way you presented, the way you communicated, your confidence, the way you answer to the audience, the way, what kind of content you have kept, what are the structures. These all things collectively make a good presentation. So I'm discussing all those points here.
Hello, hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Anji.
from where the article, yeah, where the things we are taken, that should be written in that presentation.
Always use a valid reference or that is relevant, that limit the risk. Always use the content from through which you can refer from the reference. You always keep a good reference so that it limit the risk. You can take from any research, you can take from any figure, or you can use facts that are proven and keep the reference in the reference list and use that type of content in your presentation. Anyone you want to answer my question that I've asked? What is the point I have missed?
Hello, Akansha ma'am.
Anji.
Ma'am, interest is most important, I think. When you are not interested while presenting, also I can say that other one is also interested in listening to us.
See, you can't force anyone
Whenever
to
you
keep. Yeah. Hello, Simran. Simran has written in the chat box that interest is most important. If you are interested, then only your audience will be interacted. See, if you are interested, it doesn't mean that your audience will also be interested in your topic. The topic that you have chosen is your interest, not theirs. So the way you have communicated with them will bring their attention, their interest towards you. Your interest your interest, your opinion doesn't affect them. Until and unless you will present it nicely, you will talk to them nicely, you will deliver your message nicely. Is there any other question?
Hello.
Hanji sir.
Hi, Akansha.
Yes sir.
So it's good. Like these are the topics that we normally do not read in our like normal optometry education time. So it's good that you have chosen something to talk on this. So uh, I have a very basic question for you. Like, so whenever you are like preparing to present on a topic something, so what do you think is the most important thing? It is the confidence, or it is the language, or it is the knowledge, or it is the like, or it is the like your the content of the presentation.
Sir, most importantly, the content, your knowledge, and the way you deliver, these are the things that are most important. Because if you have kept the content that is not related to the topic, it doesn't help you further, and the audience will doesn't show their interest because the content is not related to the topic. And if you are not talking about your topic, that what you have chosen, what you want to discuss, because the topic has already discussed and shared, and the audience have already set up their mind that we are going to have the talk on this topic. But if you are not talking on the particular given topic and your content is not related to that, maybe they doesn't show that much of interest because they have prepared for the topic that is already being given or shared with them. And the way you have communicated, the way presented your message to them, because if you are not talking on the same topic, then the audience doesn't show their interest.
Akansha, your voice is breaking.